What's up, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm doing a different setup just because I got more stuff going on today. So give me a thumbs up or something if you're hearing me, if everything's coming through okay. Yeah. Venice says yeah. Okay, very cool. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I hope your Wednesday is almost, your Monday. Sorry, I got Wednesday on the mind. I hope your Monday comes close to how good your weekend was. Mine was okay. But anyways, we got a really cool stream today. I'm just going to make sure that everything is set up, working. Oh, look at that. We got a random wheel. Trent, I'm glad you're here too. Oh, a whole bunch of stuff. Give me 1 second just to make sure that all of this is working for us. Excellent. It is not. Very cool. Let's just fix this real quick. Okay. Nope, still not working. Okay, give me what I got. Yes! I love being muted. I am muted. Fantastic. Okay, cool. We're here. Sorry, new setup. All right, so this is how today's stream is working. Welcome, everybody. Whoever just asked if they were on today's stream, no, you're not. I'm sorry. Fantastic start. Yes, okay, it's a little scuffed. Anyways, today I have this. Every month or so, I want to do like a weird stream where you guys force me to play a weird list. And we've come back to that day. So here's how it is going to work. And this is not working either. Great. But anyways, I have 4 different stipulations that I'm going to have us go through. And it's going to either be Hero Hammer, a Harridan, Parasite versus the World, or just Monsters. Now, if you are incredibly excited about one of these stipulations, then what I'm going to have you do is if you want to send a super chat in to send an extra vote, like say you want just Monsters, then I would add another just Monsters in there. Say if you want the Parasite, Parasite versus the World, then I would do that. Parasite versus the World. Boom. If you're a Parasite fan, could happen. But anyways, we're gonna spin it at the end. Monster Mash. That's right, dude. But if you're wanting to have your stipulation, whatever you want me to play between these four, Hero Hammer, Harridan, Parasite for this World, or just Monsters. Dracoria is starting us off incredible. Dracoria says Hero Hammer. Amazing. So Hero Hammer has a second vote. Just fantastic. So if you are wanting your which one of these to be represented a little bit more, Hero Hammer, Harridan, Parasite for this World, just Monsters. Let me go over these. Hero Hammer, I'm going to slam as many characters in as possible. Harridan, we're including a Harridan in the list, and I think that's plenty enough. Parasite versus the World, the only character I will have in the entire list, the only character I'm allowed to run is a Parasite of Mortrex. All right? Just Monsters is literally every single unit will be a monster, except I'm going to have a Biowar. Just so, because I know Zach is bringing a heavy hitter list, so I have to have a little bit of something. Okay? But anyways, that's going to run alongside our stream. So, if you want to enter a super chat or something to add a vote to whatever you want to see represented, that would be awesome. And I have to go here. Boom. We are back there. And my OBS has decided my wheel is not going to spin. Let's see. Okay, great. Hi, Dewoy. So good to see you. All right. Cool. I promise I'm updating the wheel as we go. It's just not working right now. But let's get into the main part of the stream, and that is reviewing your list. First up, we've got Billy Moore 6372. He's a member. Thank you so much, Billy, for supporting the stream. Really appreciate it. He says, love the channel and the new assimilation updates, so want to try my first assimilation list. The plan is to send the Tyrant down the middle and a Norn to each side objective and dominate no man's land. The Gaunts are there to provide a bit of fire, support against chaff, and the Warriors are a counterpunch unit in case something manages to push through. I would like to keep both Norns, despite it not being optimal, but knowing what you would switch them for would be good as well. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's great to know. So we are in Assimilation Swarm. Let's see. We've got Hive Tyrant with a parasitic biomorphology. Good choice. We have Termagants, 20 of them. Biovore, Exocrine, Lictor, double Norn Assimilator. He said that before. We're keeping that. I don't mind it. Psychophage Pyrovores, 3 of them, then 1 Pyrovore, Ripper Swarm, Tyranid Warriors with bioweapons, and then Tyrannifex, and then a Tyrant Guard times 6. Cool. Interesting. Okay, so we're straight at 2,000 points. The Termagants are a little bit interesting, What do you guys think? What do you guys think, chat? I think the Termagants are okay, but I think there's a chance that we might want the 120 points a little bit better. Shouldn't that have Spine Fist? Yeah, probably. We probably want the Termagants to have Spine Fist. So I'll go ahead and edit that. That's a good idea. Edit it there. Maybe put them in reserves and have them mildly inconvenience the backline. Not a fan of the Gaunts because it gives opponents an easy cold target. Hey, what's up, Deathbox? I've been told Horma or Garg are generally better. Why does everyone run Spine Fist on Termagants? How's everyone? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. Spine Fist you run on Termagants because I feel like Termagants you're just going to push forward and you're just going to have them just kind of muck up the middle of the field. And if they're in combat, then they can still shoot. And even if they're not twin linked on Spine Fist, it's kind of cool, because even if you're wounding on 6s, you still get the whole rerolls. However, I'm not sure that they do a fantastic job supporting us. Now, we are already in the hole a little bit with, you could split them into groups of 10. Yeah, you could do that. I'm thinking that we want to cut points first, and then we're going to look at stuff that we kind of need. So first off, I think I am going to cut the Termagants. So that's going to be 120 points. And I'm going to cut the Rippers. I understand that we are in Assimilation Swarm. However, it's still kind of like, do the Rippers really do anything? I'm not really sure. I mean, you can like, I guess you can rapid ingress next to something so that they they can regrow something, but like that's not super exciting. Tyran effects. If we have double Norn Assimilator, I'm just gonna say that we're gonna lean Ripper Chan. No, yes, get out of here, Ripper Chan. I think we're gonna lean our anti-tank is gonna be on the Norn Assimilator because we're running 2 Norns. So we're just gonna assume that the Norns are gonna do their job, you know. So 190 plus 145. That's gonna be 335, correct? I'm doing that dangerous thing again, chat, where I just do math like right off the rip, you know, without even doing. Man, I'm using a different monitor, so it's kind of like everything's just a little bit scuffed. So I gotta try and center this. Sorry about that, folks. All right, that should be good. Okay, that looks better. All right, things I like. I do like the Tyrant Guard. And I think a big old Tyrant Guard brick with the Hive Tyrant and double Norn is kind of sick. However, I personally believe that that we also need to have a Neuro Tyrant, and we need to be able to have instinctive defense on the Hive Tyrant. That's just kind of if you're running the 6 brick right here of the Tyrant Guard, you want to have instinctive defense. So unfortunately, I feel like our first ad is going to be a Neuro Tyrant. Neuro Tyrant. And that's 105 points. Oh gosh. Let's see. 105. And then the enhancement, which is just going to be instinctive defense, is 15 points. So that's going to be, and then what is biomorphology? Okay, so let's do 115 because the Neurotyrant you put biomorphology on for sure. Wait. Oh, I was okay. He has the +1 to strength and +1 to attacks. I think we want to do biophagic flow on Neurotyrant, and that's going to be 10 points, so that'll be at 115. And then we're going to change parasitic biomorphology to instinctive defense. So it is also going to give us 10 extra points. Instinctive defense. So that'll give us 10 extra points, and then I'm going to have to subtract the man, is this still not lined up? Dang. Okay, so this will be 45 points. And then I need to subtract 115 from that to be ready. Man. So this is going to be 230 points left over. 230. All right, cool. Let's see what chat's saying. Chat's got a lot of stuff going on. What's up, chat? We've got double Norn Assimilator that's just asking to be gunned down in 2 turns by Marines with oats and millions of anti-tank guns. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. But we're running it. Keep your Norns behind cover. They got a 10-inch move. Yep, I agree. Zage, solid volume and lethals. Good. Plus it's also pistols. Yep. Sacrophages are awful. 6+ Feel No Pain is never worth paying for, in my opinion. I think the 6 of Feel No Pain is actually okay. Especially in Assimilation Swarm. Sacrophages are going to be really, really annoying. They're just going to be horribly annoying. Because they're 5-up Feel No Pain. They're going to regrow a bunch. And they're going to help your other things regrow. And it just kind of snowballs to make this like disgusting thing that's really annoying to take care of. And if you put like a Psychophage next to the Tyranid Warriors or the Tyrant Guard, it allows for a pretty good time, honestly. And you know what? I'm actually probably going to add another Psychophage into this. So 230 points minus 95. 30 points minus 5 is 135. So we're going to have 135 points after a second Psychophage. And then we got to get going on like some Gribble guys for sure. Yeah, I agree with Dracoria. I think like especially in World Eaters when they get the 6-up Feel No Pain, just having that and like if I'm shooting with a 3 damage weapon into a 6-up Feel No Pain, I'm not for sure gonna kill that thing. And it can be actually really, really annoying because then I have to put in multiple different shots in, and it's not, you can have a bad time. We are gonna keep the Tyranid warriors with melee. Oh no, does he not have, he doesn't have the winged. Okay. Maybe I added the second Psychophage too quickly. All right, so this is 145. See, if I split this into two mans, I only actually like it's only 5 points cheaper. Fire Wars are kind of tough. It's really the double Norn assimilator. It's really the double Norn assimilator. Producer Dylan. So far we only have, oh goodness. I gotta fix that, producer. Okay, boop. I gotta fix that real quick. It did a big old switcheroo on me, which is not the best. We've only had 1 vote so far, but that's fine. Oh, great. Dang. Yep. If I'm doing goofy stuff, folks, I need to get a better monitor. I apologize about the scuff of the stream. All right. Let's go here. Okay, sweet. So the only extra vote that's been added, we're going to pause just for a second for producer. The only extra vote that's been added is a second Hero Hammer. So if you've just hopped on, kind of the idea of the stream is if you want one of these list stipulations for me to play on Wednesday, Hero Hammer, Harridan, Parasite vs. World, just monsters, go ahead and super chat. And with your super chat, I'm going to add an extra vote of whatever you want into this. So right now, it looks like Hero Hammer is more likely to be chosen just because Dracoria dropped an incredibly generous super chat. So that's what's going on, producer. Oh, Dracoria says, give me more Hero Hammer. Folks, Hero Hammer for the win. Okay, all right. Hey, if anybody's wanting, so Parasite, I'm cool with anything because I put everything up here, of course. I was looking forward to Parasite versus the World. So the idea is the only character I'm allowed to have is a Parasite of Mortrex, and then everything else just supports Parasite. Also Harridan. But anyways, getting back to the list, which is why we're actually here. Monster Mania! Big Bad John. Just monsters. You guys are legendaries. Parasite Chan, you can do it. I don't know if he can do it, dude. Looks like a bunch of Hero Hammer. Looks like a bunch of monsters out here. All right, back to the list. Come on. Quit distracting me. Let's go, guys. All right. I say that, and then I'm like very much not ready, and my computer is not. Oh boy. There goes. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is the real problem: is the double Norn assimilator. Harridan is also great. Yes. Parasite would be all of those. I actually took quite a bit of time thinking about those, but thank you everybody for super chat, and that's incredible. All right, so we have 135 points. We could be really boring with this, and we can just put another exocrine in and say we're done. But I don't really think that does that. I'm actually kind of second guessing the Neurotyrant pick because I feel like we need a winged prime. We need a winged prime before a Neurotyrant. So I'm going to do a winged prime, and then we're going to get 40 points extra, basically. Winged prime. Because that's 65, and then biophagic flow, I think it's like 15. 75. Okay, good. So, my math. I'm just so excited about the Parasite of Mortrex, everybody. 10, 15. So we would have 40 extra points. This is 75. All right, cool. So now we're kind of chilling. Now we got quite a bit of points. So that means 175. I think that we want some chaff for sure. And this is also kind of lame, but if we do double gargoyle, it's pretty good. The reason why I think the Wing Prime is so necessary is just because with the Tyranid warriors, it really, really allows for them to, the sustained hits, and then the Tyranid Prime as well is very, very strong. So we could do 6 Norns is 1605. What is chat talking about? Stop trying to make me do Norns all the time, guys. Oh my gosh. What if we did 1 Gargoyle squad, and then we would have 90 points left over. We could almost do another Psychophage. We could bump this up. Okay. I think we just do 1 Gargoyle squad. Just because we're into... No, I think the list needs 20 Gargoyles. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'll tell you why, folks. And what if Gargoyles breaking new grounds? Hey, man. Watch it, dude. Wow, be careful. Come on, man. The reason why we need 20 Gargoyles, and that's just going to be 5 points left over. So this list is done, basically. The reason why we need 20 Gargoyles, everybody, is because if we have double Norn, then we need to make sure that we are able to screen out our opponent as much as possible. We don't want our opponent to be able to just randomly attack our Norn emissaries or Norn assimilators. If that happens, it's real bad because that's basically the list. Things that I would want, I would probably honestly maybe drop down to 1 Norn and then get a 2nd Exocrine at least, maybe a 3rd. And then, so if I got a 3rd, that would be pretty much the rest of the list. If not, I would do maybe some more Pyrovores. I would like 3 squads of Pyrovores just because you can. I would take a second look at the Tyranid warriors with bioweapons, with melee. I don't know why I'm saying the whole name. I could just say Tyranid warriors. I would look at that and see if that's necessary. I know it's fun, but also I'm not a huge fan of the biophagic flow on the Winged Prime, but with our points as where they are, it's kind of tough, because this guy kind of wants to rumble. He doesn't really want to support. But if you do double Norns, it's cool and you can get people for sure. It's just one of those things where it's like a stipulation that you're kind of running in, and you're going to have to make sacrifices elsewhere for that. But anyways, thank you so much, Billy. Really appreciate the support. Really appreciate you coming in and being a member, and also submitting the list. Yeah. Johnny Walker says, well, let's catch up on chat. What if gargoyles? But yeah, I know. We need a gargoyle emote for this chat at this. I would agree. Would putting a meme list in be counterproductive or fun? I'd like to send a meme list, but don't want to be a hindrance. No, Zage, go ahead and put a meme list in, but at the top, just describe what you're wanting for me to review. Describe what you want me to, say, like, if it's a meme list, it has to do these things. I'll do my best to make it fit those things. I like memes too. Like if you saw the spinning wheel, dude, it's a bunch of memes. It's looking like we're going to do Hero Hammer, but, making memes list is functional is bestest. Yes, I agree. Johnny Walker says, I must have changed my submitted list 5 times. I like the insight you give and to see you change your mind as well on things. Yeah, great. That's what it's all about. Jacoria says 3 Moloch and 3 Trigons is only 885 points. Tell me how many dollars that is, though. They're really expensive. Anyways, next up, second list. We're moving right along. We've got Wannabe Slap. Thank you for being in here. Appreciate it. He says, I'm just about to finish my first army and I chose the Nids. You chose correctly. Good job. because I love the adaptability and the fact that they're just hungry little guys. They are indeed just hungry little guys. My hive is Splinter Fleet Wendigo. When I paint them, they will have dark gold and purple with gray and bone tan skin, blue/light blue, purple brains, and red or blue tentacles. Nice. The army focuses on terror tactics, so I tried to make my army reflect that with some big scary psychic stuff, quite a few infiltrators, and a lot of numbers. Here's my 2K points list with the invasion detachment. Excellent. Super cool. Let's take a look. Narrow Tyrant is leading the Zoanthropes, and Winged Tyranid Prime is leading the melee warriors. Cool. Or invasion fleet, 2K. Characters are Death Leaper, Hive Tyrant. This is the correct Hive Tyrant. Yep. Actually, I do think I am going to try the Scything Talons. Probably the next time I bring a Hive Tyrant on. Maybe not this week, depending on what the meme is. Narrow Tyrant, Sick, Winged Tyranid Prime, Gargoyle, Hormigaunt. Oh my gosh. Termagant. Lictor, Neurolictor, Raveners, Melee Warriors, Zoanthropes, Maleceptor, Norn, Emissary. All right, folks. So let's take a look at how many gaunts he's got. He's got 20, 30 Termagants, then 1, 2, 3, 40 Hormagaunts, and 20 Gargoyles. All right, guys. So here is my thought on Swarm. If you're running a Swarm list, and I want to run one, I just don't have the time to paint right now. If you're running a Swarm list, I think you do at least 3 by 20. 3 by 20 Termagants, and then you throw in support pieces. You throw in Zoanthropes, you throw in Venomthropes, and then you kind of build around that. Now, the good part is, honestly, 60 Termagants is not that expensive. In this list, we're halfway there, quite literally. So let's look at the things that are maybe, that's where I'm going to take this list. And I'm going to do it basically, we're going to cut the Norn Emissary and probably have enough points to fill out the rest of the Swarm list. Like literally cutting the Norn Emissary on its own, that's going to do it. I'm going to shift this. Man, all my displays are like all whacked. I'm sorry, everybody. So Maleceptor's got to be in the center. Boom. Okay, that should be a little bit better. All right. Okay, so I am going to cut the Norn. And I know that 3 Molochs and 3 Trigons is $552 at tax at retail. Woo! All right, chat. I have a dream. Okay, so I'm going to cut the Norn. And then we're going to consolidate. Let's consolidate some dudes first. So I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Termagants. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 1 Termagant squad, but it's for more Gaunts. So don't worry. All right, we're going to have 5 points left over. And then we're going to have 2 by 20 Termagants. I'm just going to 2 by 20. Oh, let's do Termagants. Oh, they're Gaunt. No, they are Gants. Times 20. Termagants times 20. It was people slapped by that reinforcement thing. Yeah, Unending Swarm. Yeah, I don't think Unending Swarm is good, unfortunately. I think you just want to run Invasion Fleet and have the regrow strat. Like, if I'm being honest with you, and we've got 5 points left over. 5 points. Very cool. And then we're gonna just do this. I'm sorry. I think Norn is okay, but like, oh wait, I forgot how many points he is. Okay, he's 260. So I have 265 points to play with. More Maleceptors. Maybe. One thing we want to do is we want this to be 6 Zoanthropes. Because they're just kind of good. So 200 points, so that's going to lead us down to 165. The other support piece that we want, and you know, I actually don't mind Neurolictor, Lictor. I think Neurolictor is kind of cool with all of like the Gaunt stuff. Like getting +1 to wound could be pretty good. We're at 165. So what we want next is we want Venom Thropes. Venom Thropes. You can say when I let's see if it works like this. Venom Thropes. There it goes. And that's going to be 70 points. So we will have 95 points left over. Let's see, what could we do, chat? Do you guys have a hard time finding Maleceptor sites Toxicrin boxes? Yes. I would imagine that would be hard to find. Right now, I have all 3 of mine, so I'm currently not in the market, but I'm sorry to say that they're not easily found. Okay, so now here's the point. Are we wanting to get to 60 Termagants, or are we want to leaving at 40? So if we were to get to 60 Termagants, we would have to do something like cut a Hormagaunt squad. All right, so here I think we do this. Thank you, Uncle Ho. I agree. The answer is always more gargoyles. That's how it should be, right? Oh, so Uncle Ho, I'm gonna throw you in. Show everybody the random wheel. We're back to it. Okay, if you're just tuning in, at the end of stream, we're gonna spin this wheel, and I'm going to make a list off of over Hero Hammer, a Harridan list, Parasite versus the World, literally just monsters. Besides, I'm gonna have a Biovore too, and that's it. So those are the 4 stipulations. If you want to see more of one of these, go ahead, super chat and vote for your stipulation idea. And it'll be in there. Hero Hammer is by far in the lead right now, so it's probably going to be Hero Hammer. Surely Parasite will defy the odds. Oh no, man! I was hoping for it too. I would love to run Parasite versus the World. It sounds like fun. All right, so back to this. No more distractions. Probably distractions. I'm going to cut Hormagaunts, so we're going to have 65 more. So this will be up to 160. Hey, dude, if somebody supplied me with a Hierophant, I would run a Hierophant. Jordan, let me borrow a Maleceptor. I'll totally give it back. Yeah, sure, come on down. No distractions. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do 120 more points. Bring that down to 40 points, and then this is going to be a third 20-man Termagant blob. Still having a whole bunch of Gaunts, but we're just kind of leaning into it a little bit more. And then this is what I think we should do. I think we should put these 2 Hormagaunt squads together, and that's going to be 130 points. $130, and that doesn't really change our point total at all. And we still have 40 points left over. What can we do with 40 points? So if we look at this, 130 points, we are kind of not having Exocrines is kind of, I'm not sure I love Pyro or 40. Yeah, we could, if we're happy with this list. The only thing is, like, I'm missing Exocrines, if I'm being honest with you. I personally would probably not run the Tyranid melee warriors in this style of list, but I think he likes them. The Neurolictor is kind of good, but we could cut the Neurolictor, and then we could probably cut the Maleceptor and fit 2 Exocrines. Because the Maleceptor is good, but it's kind of taking up the same spot as the Venom Thropes with the debuff. Good evening. Upgrade a Lictor to a Neurolictor. We could do that as well. I kind of like the Lictors though. So if we did, this is tough. I guess it's like one of those things that how I would do it is I would cut the Tyranid warriors, and then I would go more into it. I don't want to change his list up too much. I would cut Tyranid warriors. Okay, so if he really wants Tyranid warriors, let's do this. We'll move on so that I'm not, thought bubbling so much. If he wants to keep the Tyranid warriors, the last 40 points I think would go towards a Pyrobor, and then you're fine. However, if you're interested in changing it up, and in my opinion, making it probably a little bit more competitive, what I would probably do is cut the Tyranid warriors and cut the Winged Prime. So 150, so that's 215 points. So then that would be 255 points we would have left over. 255. And then we would probably actually downgrade the Neurolictor to a Lictor. And that would give us 30 more points, 285. And then we would have enough points for... Oh, he doesn't have a Biovore? Oh, dang. I thought we were done here, chat. Okay, never mind. We're absolutely doing this. Biovore, 50 points. Sorry, guys. How did you let me get this far? So that's 235. Okay, and then... Oof. Exocrine, so that means we are 35 points off. That's awkward. So Ripper Swarms are 25 points, right, chat? If Ripper Swarms are 25 points, then we do Exocrine, 135. Exocrine, 135. Okay, and then that's 270. And then we cut that, change it to a Ripper. And then we would add, which is 25 points. Man, I'm doing too much math. And then we would add 35 points to this, which would be 270, which is 2 Exocrines. We did it. We did it, chat. Okay, so just a rundown of this list, and I actually really do want to play a list like this. We could do more little guys. There's so many little guys, though, honestly. We have Death Leaper. We could cut the Death Leaper as well. Death Leaper, Hive Tyrant, Neuro Tyrant, Gargoyles, 20 Hormagaunts, and 60 Termagants. In the other data sheets, we got Biovore, double Exocrine, double Lictor, Ripper, Raveners, 6 Zoanthropes, which I actually really like, and I'm not highlighting. Then a Maleceptor and Venomthropes. I genuinely think that 20 Hormagaunts is low key. It could be pretty good, especially in Invasion. You get the lethals, you get sustained. That could be a good time for sure. All right, just so everybody's aware, I'm gonna say it again because we got a lot of people in chat. If you want your list to be reviewed and maybe some shenanigans on top of it, go over to our post part of our YouTube channel. Subscribe, of course, because we'd love to have you. And then copy and paste your list as a comment in the post that I've made saying, hey, this is where you should submit Tyranid lists. I will then take it and put it in a stream like this one that I'm, live in right now. And I will review it. I always do a mix between members and non-members. Today we only had one member, so that member got a little bit of priority. I think, Ben, you submitted one list too, but just because you did one last week, I thought we'd take a break, and I will love to look at it next week, but I wanted to give other people a chance. So we had one member, and then I'm doing 6 non-members, I believe. I just got through my first one. And Wannabe Slap's here. Let's go. I'm at work right now, but getting... Oh, nice. Incredible. Oh, that was your list, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think that's fun. I think the swarm list idea is really cool. I think you just need to lean a little bit more into it. And that's kind of the direction I would take it, honestly. But anyways, thank you for submitting your list. I appreciate you being in chat too. Okay, moving right on. We got Forestyeiser. I'm not sure how to say that. I hope I did okay. But anyways, he says, hello, new to the channel and game itself. Found these videos and community, which have both been very helpful for starting my swarm of bugs. That's what it's all about, dude. That being said, I've spent my available Warhammer funds on my units, and instead of replacing, not opposed, just would have to be in the future, looking to best utilize what I got. I currently use Invasion Fleet, but it looks like some of my guns might do okay with Assimilation Swarm 2. Guys, not guns. Any advice or on strategy / efficiency would be greatly appreciated. I just want my bugs to conquer the battlefield. Okay. Okay, so he's best. So basically he's just telling me. Okay. All right, so he's just telling me what all of these. Okay. I'm saying okay a lot. He's telling me what he has. Is this 1995 points? There's no way this is 1995 points. Okay, so we've got Walking Hive Tyrant, cool. Neurotyranid, Tyrant, Old One Eye, Winged Tyranid Prime, Hormagaunts. We got 20 of them. We got 30 Termagaunts. We've got Barbgaunts, Biovore, 1 Exocrine, Lictor, Neurolictor, a Norn Emissary, Psychophage, Tyranifex with Rupture Cannon, Von Ryan's Leapers, Zoanthropes. All right. Let's see. Okay, well, I got to go to my list builder real quick. Tyranid, scrolling down to the bottom. Let's do Invasion Fleet because I honestly think Invasion Fleet is probably the best to start out with. This is Forest. This is your list. Okay, so I'm just going to plug in everything that you have here. Hive Tyrant, Neurotyrant, Old One Eye, Winged Tyranid Prime, and then Battle Line, we've got 2x10 Hormagaunts, 3x10 Termagants. Cool. Then other data sheets, we've got Barbgaunts, we've got a Biovore, good stuff. We have an Exocrine, we have a Lictor, we have a Neurolictor, a Norn Emissary, Psychophage, and then Tyranifex with Rupture Cannon, Von Ryans, and Zoans. Okay, so that looks like, so that is 19. Okay, so he's right at. Okay, so he's wanting to best utilize. So I do think the idea is we're going to need a couple of things to focus on. And this is kind of advice for everybody if you're starting out. First, I hate to be the guy to be like, "Oh, go check out my video." But also, do you guys like the extra second Jordan? But I did a video on the top 5 bugs to buy quite some time ago, and it goes through like the units that I think are really good purchases. And 2 units that I think we're going to focus on is the Exocrine box, because you can do a Harspex or a Tyranifex, or sorry, Exocrine. And I feel like Harspex are actually kind of relatively close to viable right now because of Assimilation Swarm getting better. And then the other one is Tyranifex. So my first immediate recommendation whenever somebody says, "Oh, I'm just starting out," is honestly probably to get another Tyranifex box. Let's see where we are on this. Yeah. Pretty much my core right now, I kind of want to have 2 Tyranifexes with Rupture Cannons. So that's what I would do. But I'm going to try and help you build a list right now with using as much as you have, of course, like you said, but just cutting out some things. If you have a 3-man Zoanthrope box, Zoanthropes haven't come yet, could build as Venothropes. Okay, I think, so since we already got the Zoanthropes, I think a 6-man Zoanthrope squad is pretty cool. So things that I don't really think are immediately really good in Invasion Fleet, Von Ryans are okay. Man, Norn Emissary, this takes a whole bunch of points. I think so. We are going to cut the Termagants for now because I feel like Termagants are really good if you completely build around them. But if not, I'm not super excited about them on their own. A very similar deal with Old One Eye. So that's going to get us to 320 points when we cut Old One Eye. He's very cool. He's very cool, I know. But he just doesn't quite do stuff on his own. He is okay, but Winged Tyranid Prime as well. 385 points. So from that point, I'm not going to cut anything else. We're going to add stuff, and I'm going to kind of like suggest some things for Forest here to get as your next purchases. Okay. So 2 things. I would highly recommend getting a second Rupture Cannon Tyranifex. I think they just do phenomenal things. They're a really good value for the box. And they do a great job for the army. And I'm not even close to there. Dang. Okay, cool. So there's the Tyranifex Rupture Cannon that I just edited in, folks. Then I would, if we're excited about Zoanthropes, I would probably get another box of Zoanthropes just to keep that. Oh, let's do this first. So this is going to be 195 left because, yes, 195 because we just added a Tyranifex. All right, cool. So we will do, what's up, Malevolent Swarm? We're I think 3 lists in, but we've been doing some shenanigans, so it has been a winding road today. Okay, so I think if you're already on your first box of Zoanthropes, I think another box would be great. Then we have 95 points. Another thing that I'm wanting is another Exocrine. Another Lictor would be cool as well. Psychophage, it just really doesn't, I don't think it does too much in Invasion Fleet, because I think everything that you're going to be, wanting to really stick around, you're going to be saving your 5-up Feel No Pain for that. That being said, I understand that it's still kind of a newer player, so I'm not, let me guide you for what I would do. So I am going to cut the Barbgaunts. Again, I think Barbgaunts are okay. I just think we have better options right now. So that would get us 150 points left over. And then I would look at the Psychophage as well. So after that, I promise no more cuts. No more cuts after that. 245 points. And I know 245 points. We're going to do another Exocrine. So we would have 100 points left over. Or 110 points left over, rather. Excuse me. 10 points left over. And then at this point, I think we want a Lictor and then probably a Pyrovore. And then I would be pretty happy with this list. Pyrovore. And then so we have 10 points left over, but we can probably slap Perfectly Adapted on the Narrow Tyrant, and that would be fine. 20 Hormagaunts is pretty good. Yeah, I know, Ben. So this kind of going in this direction, if you had 6 Zoanthropes, 2 Exocrines, and 2 Tyranifexes, that is a core that I feel like is just really good for a lot of Tyranid armies. So if you're starting out, Tyranifex, Exocrines, and if you already have a box of 3 Zoanthropes coming in, maybe see if you can get another one. And I understand that money is tough, and this is not a cheap game. So honestly, while you're building up to it, kind of switch out bit by bit. The models that you like, do those first. I would recommend getting a Tyranifex, just because of how affordable they are right now for their points total. Highly recommend that, and then just kind of going bit by bit. I think 6 Zoanthropes is pretty good. I'm not super excited about 3, but again, I understand that you're just starting out, and I think they can be useful as well. 3 last cannon shots can kill something. It can kill a lot of things, and the blast profile is pretty good as well. And he says, my buying list was stuff in the start box, things I heard were good, and things I thought were cool. Hell yeah, dude. That's how you should start. You did a great job. I just think if you get those things next, you're going to have a really good collection, and you're going to move forward in a lot of really good directions. This is also a really good core for Synaptic Nexus, because Hormagaunts are not bad in Synaptic Nexus with a +1 to hit in melee. as well as +1 to advance and charge. I've actually never really thought of that. You know, Hormagaunts and Synaptic Nexus, they actually gain benefits from the +1 advance charge. That's pretty good. Let's see what Ben is saying. My whole chat is kind of messed up today because I messed with my thing. Ben says I'm not gonna. Yeah, I got my obligatory Biovorn, one of 2 Neurolictors from the list you made me. Awesome. Also putting together a Parasite today. Fantastic. Lily Mae Rose, finally home from physics lab to see some bug lists. It's a great time. It's phenomenal. Apple of Eden. Let me see how many lists we got. I think we got 3 more lists. We do have 3. We have 4 lists, and I forgot this person's name, so I apologize ahead of time, whoever this person was. Let's keep rolling, folks. You know. All right, Apple of Eden. Apple of Eden's got a story for us. Called us messed up. Oh no, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Apple of Eden says, hello. Got into Tyranid faction because the swarm of little bugs is flipping awesome. I agree. Sometimes they do backflips. That's cool. Looking at the detachments through, there wasn't a viable option for a true regenerating swarm. I went to 2 RTTs with the invasion fleet with 80 Termagants and got some variable success. Held off against Knights in Catan for 4 turns. Putting 60 shots into a Nightbringer was fun. I bet that was. Did 5 wounds with flesh bores and lethal hits. However, new Assimilation Swarm detachment buff dropped. I got real excited. Refinement will come with time. But are there any immediate changes I should make? I took a version of this list with no shooting power, Pyrovores or Biovore, but with triple Psychophage. Very cool. God bless America for that one. Thank God for terrain layout. 8. Lots of cover. Only held on till turn 4 for 3 games in a row, but I still made my opponents freak out a bit with the number of bodies. This list was inspired by Lord and Savior Sam Pope. Yeah, he's got a cool list. Army game plan. Termagants sit on objectives buffed by Norn, Pyrovore, Psychophage, and Venomthropes. Von Ryan Leapers help with screening or slowing down enemies for Termagants to get up the board. Very cool. Tied up so many tanks and vehicles in my opponent's deployment zone. Yeah, they're pretty good at that. Saves a lot of gaunts from turn 1 and sometimes turn 2 shooting. Nice. Exocrines are shooting power. Norn ass comes in turn 1 or turn 2 in the middle objective. Opponent has to chew through gaunts in order to get into melee. Biovore secondary scorning and getting home objective. Flyer in. Oh, it's fire. Gets opponent's home objective because as much as I love -1 CP for 4, feel no pain. I always get my home objective taken away. Oh, so he's chilling in the back. It's fast enough to come to the middle if my opponent has a breakthrough. Venom types are for scoring as well as just hiding and building. Changes. Would it be worth it to use gargoyles as gargoyle draw as a screen instead of Vons? Vons aren't killing much tough units, but they do each have 3 wounds and fights first. My opponent could shoot all my gargoyles turn 1 unless I position them. They shouldn't be able to. You should hide. Be nice to your gargoyles. Way to get buffs from both Venomthropes and Psychos. Yeah, I'm sure that you can hide your gargoyles, especially if you're playing on GW terrain. Though expensive, I was also thinking possibly a double Norn here. Though expensive, it does force my opponent to actually face at least one. My games with it, they either ignored it or put their whole army into it. Finally, I was also thinking to drop a brick of 20 Termagants and make it for a brick of Hormagaunts, so now I can secure the center. I did struggle completely holding the center as a Termagants, or Norn couldn't advance far enough to fully cover it. If I used the D6 Swarm move from the Termagants, maybe I would have covered more ground, especially if I go first. I was also thinking about secondary scoring, but Termagants don't do a crazy amount of damage to big stuff. Though 36 with lethals and 20 is pretty crazy. I agree. I can also fall back on them to do actions, especially if I play in 2 missions. Apologies for the very long note. I would say yes, it was long, but no reason to apologize. I like all the information. It's pretty cool. But thanks for looking at the list and keep up the amazing work. Have a fantastic rest of your day. You have a fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for submitting this. No worries, man. I appreciate the long notes. You know, it's cool to see what everybody's hanging out with, and it's cool to see your insight before I take a look at your list. So we've got a Turbogon with the Biophagic Flow. I agree with that. We have a Winged Hive Tyrant. Cool. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 80 Termagants. Wow. Okay. Then we have 4 Pyrovores, Venomthropes, Von Ryans, Exocrine, Simulator, Psychophage. Okay, so I see what you're saying with the Von Ryans. Things that I would be interested, more Gaunts. I don't know if we can do more Gaunts, man. He's got 80. I think we're doing less Gaunts. You know what I'm saying? He's got so many Gaunts. Okay, so we are still going in for Swarm. So things that I am interested in running in Swarm. I like the Psychophages, of course, because even though a 6-up Feel No Pain is only a 6-up Feel No Pain, it's still pretty good, you know. And if you have to make somebody roll an extra weapon into something just to kill stuff, then it can be good for you. It can be very good for you. So I do like the 6-ups. So we're not touching these. We're not touching the Norn, of course, because his literal whole game plan is around the Norn. We're not going to touch the Turvagon. I think the Turvagon is cool, and I would like to try it myself. We are going to cut a squad of Termagants. And the main reason, 6 Von Ryans? I think 6 is too many. Main reason is we need some forward screening, and I want to try and fit in. Are we going to have enough space to fit in Zoanthropes and Neurotyrant? I just feel like a 6-up Invuln does really well for these Termagants, you know, because we don't have the 5-up Feel No Pain. But we do have some like double regen with the Turvagon, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's see. I definitely think we cut 20 Termagants, and I know that might be tough, but here we are, chat. 120 points, 20 Termagants. Boom. 120 points left over. Other things that we're not super excited about. I think we are going to take a look at these Von Ryans for sure. I really, really do think that like 2 Lictors should be in here. Just to screen out some forward deploy stuff and really help. Like I know we're screening with the Von Ryans, but I didn't realize 6 of them. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 20 Termagants for 20 Gaunts. This is kind of tough because I hate to say it. It's like, and I know it's kind of lame to say that the Norn Assimilator is taking up a lot of points, but the Norn Assimilator is taking up a lot of points. I think we're going to keep it because he likes it, right? Yeah, I think we keep it. Maybe I'm feeling like we almost look at the Winged Hive Tyrant because but the winged. Oh, awesome, Billy! Thanks for being in here, man. Incredible. I loved your list. It was very cool. We had a good time looking at it. So thank you for submitting it. All right. I don't know what the correct move is. It's probably not cutting the Winged Hive Tyrant, but here we are. You know what we could do. Okay. Brain Blast. I just did it. All right. So we're going to cut Winged Hive Tyrant. I'm not in love with it. Add another Turvagon. Oh my gosh. I'm going to cut the Hive Tyrant. And then we're going to be at 320 points. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 Lictors in. Lictor, 60 points. Lictor, 60 points. And then we are going to be at 200 points flat. Which then, there you go, chat. Replace all Termagants with Gargoyles. Drop Tyrant, add a second Norn. I agree the free CP is very strong, but in order to kind of like build towards what he's got going on, I think we kind of go this way. So Zona. Zoanthropes times 6. So that's going to be getting rid of that 200 points we got there. And then I think we do cut the Von Ryans. And we'll have 40 points left over. We'll have 35 points left over. Dang. Because I forgot Narrow Tyrant. Okay. So we have 35 points. We're going to add Narrow Tyrant. Womp womp. And then I think we actually like put the Biophagic Flow on the Neurotyrant. And then we have 35 points, so we can do. I'm not in love with it. I wish we had 5 more points to do Pyrovores, but alas, we do not. So we're gonna do a Ripper Swarm and just have 10 points left over, which is okay. It's not the best. All right, so let me talk about it. Ripper Chan comes back again. Oh no. I agree, DeWoy. I do think that this detachment needs a Hive Tyrant because of how CP heavy it is. And the detachment is very, very oh, we could boost one of those. That's a great idea. So I do think that instead of a Ripper, we're gonna do a 3-man Pyrovore. I personally would probably cut the Norn Assimilator, but like, it seems like so much of his game plan is around the Norn. I would cut the Norn and then have a Hive Tyrant, a walking Hive Tyrant to help with advance and lethals on all of these guys, and then advance and shoot on these Zoanthropes as well. And then you would have, I'd probably do Instinctive Defense, so you'd probably have 15 points left over instead of this. So you could do something funny there. But this is where I would take this list, including the Norn still. So just as a reminder, we have the Turvagon, which is super sick. I love the Turvagon. Neurotyrant, 60 Termagants with the Strangle Web and the Spine Fist, of course. We have Biovore, Double Lictor, and then we're doing this Pyrovore squad is going to be a 3-man. Then we have Venomthropes just to help the Termagants a little bit more, double Exocrine, Norn Assimilator, double Psychophage, and then the Zoanthropes to string out and give, hopefully, as many Termagants as possible, a 6-up and boom. Sweet. Awesome. One more list down. Could you fit Swarmy in? I think you could. Swarm Lord would be cool. I think it's still like, it's like Norn Assimilator or Hive Tyrant stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Tyler. 07. I appreciate it. Very cool. All right, moving along, we have 1, 2, 3 more lists. And I'm just going to clean this up right now because this is bothering me. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, cool. Ellis Pillar or Eli Spiller. What do you guys think, chat? Eli Spiller or Ellis Pillar? It's probably Eli Spiller. Who knows? As we are wrapping up, I'll talk about the random wheel. We only have 2 lists. No, we have 3. Okay, cool, awesome. Here's Eli. I'm gonna go with Eli Spiller. Also, like the stream. You know, if you like the stream, like it and subscribe. That would be awesome. I've been really enjoying learning to play bugs. Your videos are very easy to listen to and are straight to the point. Incredible. I love that feedback. Thank you so much for that. Here's a list I played recently and really liked how it played. Lots of Vanguard, creating a buffer for my shooting bug castle. Even took out a guard Castellan with my Lictor. He's got the Easter Island face. That's pretty cool. I like that. How would you recommend I go about getting this to 2,000 point level? Gargoyles and Tyranifexes, Maleceptors. I have Leviathan, Nids half, and got Hive Tyrant, Exocrine, and another VRL on top. Thanks. All right. I love doing all lists, but like the question of I have this, how would you recommend getting it to 2,000 points? I'm going to be honest, that's like my favorite thing to do. So if you are wondering about that, please, it's like one of the most fun things to do for me. Because I feel like, you know, in a weird way, I'm like financially, and I don't want to be a financial advisor. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. But like trying to help find a way to make the most out of your money and then still have a competitive list. That's just something that I really like doing. Okay, so that being said, we have a Hive Tyrant, we have 20 Termagants, we have Barbgants, we've got Exocrine, we've got Lictor, we've got a Neurolictor, we've got Screamer Killer, Von Rhines, and Von Rysens. Okay, and he's got a Tyranifex and Biovore for Christmas. Sick. So let's go. I'm going to put his list in, and then we're going to mess with it a little bit. Boom. New list. Tyranids. We're going to stick with Invasion Fleet because I genuinely do think that that's the best, like, quote unquote, starter detachment because it really just helps everything and it's good. Hive Tyrant. And I'm going to go ahead and change the enhancement from perfectly adapted to adaptive biology. And he has Leviathan Nids. Okay, so cool. So, oop, boop, boop, double Termagants. Delete these Hormagaunts. And then he did get a Biovore. So we're totally going Biovore. I'll put the Barbgaunts in too. Those might get cut. Sorry, folks. I know some people are like Barbgaunt stands, just like some people are Moloch stands. That's fine. You know? I'm not a huge fan of them. And then we have 6 Von Ryans. Okay, cool. All right, so that's whoa, Johnny Walker. Thanks for joining the club, man. Thanks for your support, dude. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm assuming he has okay, 2,000 points, gargoyles, and Tyranofexes. So what I have now is 1055, and that's with double Von Ryans and Screamer Killer. So I'm going to do my best to not really touch, and not really do anything, cut stuff, but we'll see. Okay. So what I would suggest again, and I said this before, I think a T-Fex. Oh, Hatchet has put up pre-orders for the Combat Patrol magazine, which gives you the entire Tyranid Combat Patrol for less than half the cost of the actual boss. Plus, have time for $3 more. That's pretty awesome. Jordan, if Screamer Killer got boosted to 10-inch movement, do you think he would see play? Because bro was sprinting. Because bro was sprinting in 10th edition launch trailer. Yeah, he was, dude, wasn't he? I feel like that guy should have advanced in charge at least. I think 10 would be helpful. I don't think it would. I'm not like gonna jump out and, but I think it would help. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so he also has a Tyranofex that I'm going to put in. So that's actually 1245. I'm going to go ahead and suggest getting another Tyranofex and make them both Rupture Cannons because they're just really good right now. And then addition, I would do an Exocrine. Another Exocrine. Just because they're good. Having, that's a really lame thing to say, but like 2 Exocrines, 2 Tyranofex is very, very nice. And then I think since you have the Leviathan box, throw a Neuro Tyrant in there by all low G. Neuro Tyrant 105. So I'm going to put that in there too. I think the Neuro Tyrant is really good, especially in Invasion Fleet. All right. So what this is, so on your list here, let me do buying priority in order to make this list. Buying. We need T-Fex. Oh, I'm not even there. Sorry, folks. T-Fex. Let's phrase this. Man. T-Fex. I'm saying T-Fex over and over. Tyranofex and an Exocrine. I believe that's all that's been bought so far. I personally also think a unit that almost all Tyranid players should have, just because it's like, if you think Tyranids, then a lot of people think this unit. And it's Gene Stealers and a Broodlord. Gene Stealers and Broodlord. They work wonders in Invasion Fleet. They're good, and I think they're good models. They're fun to paint. And like the combo of Gene Stealers and Broodlord really isn't that expensive for how good they are, in my opinion. So without cutting anything, that gives us to 1905. Let's see. Bye, Sirloin. See you later, man. Thanks for chilling with us. So I do want 2 boxes of gargoyles, and I think we do go there. Sorry, folks. Gargoyles. And then at that point, we are going to have to cut stuff, which is fine because we have quite a bit of stuff. So now we're at 2075. At this point, if you're this far in, I would then at this point, because we're really kind of fine tuning what we got. Ben, yeah, I think the Necromunda ones are pretty cool as well. I think they're pretty sick. I just haven't been able to get my hands on them. I'm going to cut Barbgots. So that would be it down to 220. And then maybe Termagants? Just 1 squad of Termagants. So then we're at 1960. And maybe we just do something like a Pyrovore. Just to round that out. Because I think Pyrovore is a cool unit to own. So let me, there's no easy way for me to like copy and paste this, but let's see. So this list, you're just going to see me type a bunch, chat. This list is Broodlord, Hive Tyrant with Bio, Neuro Tyrant. Then we have Gargs, Termagants. I think a 1/6 man Termagants is fine. Legitimately, I think it is okay. Then we have Biovore. Then we have Exocrine, Gene Stealers, the Pants Thieves. Then we have Lictor and a Neurolictor. I would probably look towards getting a couple more Lictors. I think they're very good as well. Then we have a Pyrovore. We have a Screamer Killer. Then T-Fex. And T-Fex. And then VRLs. Cool. I guess VRLs kind of fit the same spot as like a second and third Lictor, so that is okay as well. But we'll see. How's chat doing? You guys still chilling? I love the mouse rings. Yeah. Just wish it was easier to build a full squad of them. Yeah. I think you're right. A box is 5. Just type G, you know what you want. So if you ran triple brood pants, that's a box of 6s. Yeah, that's a lot. Yep. Yep. Okay. So we have 2 more lists, but before we get into it, I want to talk about our little stipulation thing that we got going on today. Over here, I don't know why my voice did that. We have a spinning wheel. At the end of stream, I am going to write a list with whatever stipulation meme it lands on. If you want your vote or your stipulation to have more chances of winning, go ahead and send a super chat in and just say what stipulation you want. Just as a reminder, we have Hero Hammer, which is definitely in the lead with 4 entries. We have a Harridan. We're going to write a list around a Harridan. It's just 1 entry so far. We have the Parasite of the Mortrex versus the World, which means the only character I'm allowed to do is 1 Parasite and then everything else. And then Ben says, okay, what does Hero Hammer mean? I'll ask. Hero Hammer means I'm going to put as many characters in this list as possible, leading squads. I'm probably going to have a Broodlord. I'll probably have Old One Eye with Carnifexes. I'll definitely have at least 3 Hive Tyrants. Death Leaper will be in there. So it's just going to be a lot of characters. And then I believe the last stipulation is just monsters. So that means literally I'm going to have a Biovore, and then everything else is going to be a monster. Maybe Crusher Stampede, maybe something else. Parasite is a character. He might fit. He might not. Who knows? But if you are interested in contributing, helping us, maybe buy me another cup of coffee as well as my friends who help out on the stream. consider super chatting and also get a vote for whatever stipulation that you want. But there's my advertisement for the day. Before we wrap up, going back to here and going back to here. Boom. Okay, cool. Andara Moore. Hello. I played Nid since the start of 10th. I've been going from one detachment to the next. And I'm now on Vanguard Onslaught. List ideas to put pressure on my opponent using my Gene Stealers to devour the enemy units and slow the forward advance. Very good. The Narrow Tyrant and Zoanthropes will come down to clear screens or zap targets that the Gene Stealers have problems with. The Moloch or Neurolictor are dropping down, trying to disrupt any scoring that I do not kill. Vanguard Onslaught. Spooky says, Jordan, I just noticed, why is your face in the background? Well, Spooky, if you had a giant face printed of you, wouldn't you want to put it in the background of a stream that you were doing? You know, I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Vanguard Onslaught. We got double Broodlord. We've got Neuro Tyrant with Neuro Node. We have Winged Hive Tyrant with Chameleonic. I really like this Hive Tyrant. I think it's good. And Vanguard Onslaught. We've got the Winged Tyranid Prime. Other units, we have Biovore, Gene Stealer, Lictor. Oh boy, chat. Triple Moloch, Neurolictor, Melee Warriors, Zoanthropes. Wow. That's pretty, I'm stunned. Nix. No worries, man. Playing a game of TTS, got my W&W dice. Hey, I hope they roll better for you than they do for me. No, I'm just kidding. I think they roll fine for me. But it's great to see you, man. Okay, folks. So, obviously, this list is perfect, right? Right? This list is perfect. It has triple Moloch. How could you do anything wrong? I am curious to how good this is. I would like to see it run. Now, in my opinion, if we do Molochs, and chat might get at me a little bit. If we do Molochs, I think we only run 2. And Lily, you're saying, yeah, the only thing that could make it more perfect is, I know the rule of 2, but what happens with 3? Is somehow dropping something for double casino cannons? Oh my gosh. That might be tough. Now, if I was running triple Molochs in Vanguard Onslaught, I think this is probably the list that I would run. And I know that's a boring thing to say because I'm not doing too many changes or anything. But I genuinely think that this is probably the list I would run. Maybe we look at if we really need the Winged Hive Tyrant because it's just so expensive. Does he have Death Leaper? No Death Leaper. Okay. And maybe we look at these guys, the Melee Warriors. I think we need screens though. Because if we don't have screens, then and we're running up against a list that wants to try and do the same thing. Yes, we have lictors and stuff, but if we just run into something that is just gonna like run us down, it can be a really bad time. Like for instance, if we play, I think this list does really poorly into World Eaters, especially if they have the 5-up Feel No Pain. So the one thing that I would suggest is I would probably cut one Moloch, and you can only really do the Moloch yo-yo trick on 2. Yeah, Moloch for the win. No, I'm not pressing the G button. I'm gonna press the H button. Check this out. All right, we are gonna put a couple battle line in, and we're gonna do Hormagaunts times 10, then Hormagaunts times 10. So that would be at 130. Then we have 15 points left over. Let me see if there's any like cool enhancements that that Vanguard Onslaught has for 15 points. Chameleonic is already taken. Hunting Grounds, I don't think we can get 5 more points anywhere. Henry! What does he say? Henry, you are too kind. What you got going on? Thank you so much for that. Finally catching a live show at the end of my work shift. I love hearing your thoughts on certain uses and lists. You make awesome bug content. I love whenever I see you put out a new video. Henry, thank you. You are incredible. And I really appreciate that. And that's what I love to hear. That's kind of what I do, or why I do this. But also, Henry, you have just now been able to vote for what list that I'm going to make next. So, Henry, since you super chatted, you get to vote, even if you didn't know what this is. So we have 4 different list stipulations that we're going to make directly after the last 2. We've got either Hero Hammer, all heroes, basically. We're going to fill as much as we can. A Harridan, a Parasite versus the world, meaning the Parasite is the only character allowed, or just monsters, plus a Bioform. So Henry, whatever focus, whatever stipulation you want to add to this, just let me know and I will add another vote to this. And everybody else, you are still available to do that as well. But let's go back and let's finish up this list, or at least finish up my thoughts on this list, because I think it was pretty close to being done. Okay, cool. So there's Stalker. So I guess we put like Stalker on one of the Broodlords, which is fine. It's not incredibly exciting, but it is okay. Henry wants monsters. Are you sure? I don't know. I'm gonna wait until Henry says he wants monsters. But please tell us how the Moloch list works. If you're running triple still, please let us know. I do think this list could do well with double Hormagaunts, just so that you have a big screen for some melee, to screen out some melee stuff, which would be good. Where Henry is your warlord? Yeah, I think, well, I mean, that's automatic, man. He drops a $10 super chat. That's incredible. Of course he's the warlord. Anyways, cool. Awesome. I think this is exciting, and I am happy, genuinely happy that we've got triple Moloch on stream at least once. That's pretty sick. That's awesome. So thank you for submitting your list, Andara Moore, and good job, and let us know how it's been playing out. Consider dropping one of the Molochs though for some screens just to help out your bugs. Okay, last list, and I'm so sorry. I did not copy and paste the name, so I apologize. Whoever this is, you're my best friend, I promise. But this is what this list says. It says, wanted to try my hand with a list featuring the buffed Assimilation Swarm and Norn. Only model I definitely want to keep is the Norn. Thank you for letting me know. Everything else is fair game. I worry about not having enough. Ben! Oh, Ben voting for the Parasite. I'm going to add him in there right now. I'm not going to change screens just because it's a little bit of a pain, but I'm going to add in a second Parasite versus the world. Man, we've got a war going on, and the goal was reached. Of course, I was going to do it regardless, but thank you for reaching our goal. That's incredible, guys. Thank you so much for your super chats and your support. Wednesday stream is going to be a very fun one. Okay, let me go through this list, and then we'll get to spinning. We'll get to making this kooky list if my mouse will allow me to. Sorry. There it goes. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to try my hand with a list. Okay, I already read that. This is Assimilation Swarm. Thanks again, guys. This is incredible. I really appreciate all the support. You guys are incredible. Best Tyranid community that is a part of Wednesday Night Warhammer. But also, in my opinion, the best Tyranid community. You guys are incredible. The Ravenous Grave. What an incredible list name, by the way. I think you win just off of list name. Assimilation Swarm, like you said. Broodlord with Extinctive Defense. Interesting. Spooky. Thank you. Hopefully, I was excited for Parasite. We'll see. We'll see what happens, dude. Instinctive Defense, which is the fights first. Broodlord with Extinctive Defense could be really strong. Death Leaper, and then the Winged Hive Tyrant with the Biophagic Flow. That's interesting. Maybe we're trying to be a little bit cagier with the Hive Tyrant. That's a cool idea. 2 10-man Hormagaunts, Biovore, Exocrine, 10 Gene Stealers, a Lictor. Gotta vote for Hero Hammer. 4 different tyrants that are all heroes in my book. Incredible. It might just be 3 depending on, I have another Hive Tyrant coming in the mail, but I will put you down for a Hero Hammer. We'll make it together. That sounds sweet though. Very cool. All right, going back to this. So we've got, just to keep everyone up to date, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes for Hero Hammer, 2 votes for Parasite versus the World, and then 2 votes for Just Monsters. So we're on the same page. Okay. Biovore, Exocrine, Gene Stealers, Lictor, Maleceptor, Norn Assimilator, Psychophage, Ripper Swarm, Tyrannifex. Okay. I'm saying okay a lot. I always get into that, you know. Things that I'm not like super excited about is just 1 Exocrine. I feel like you can get focused down pretty quickly. But then, like with the 2 Tyrannifexes, it's kind of cool. So that's interesting. I also don't love the triple Ripper Swarms. And I know they can do cool stuff. We are really missing out on a Pyrovore. So I'm going to cut the 3 Ripper Swarms for a 2-man Pyrovore. I just think Pyrovores are really strong. And if you're running Assimilation Swarm, you want at least a 2-man squad. That's just kind of my opinion on that. Because they can regrow themselves. They help regrow other things. They're really good. They're really tanky as well. I would also like another Lictor. Yeah, I'm not going to say hate. I don't like hating stuff, you know, but I will, they just don't, in my opinion, they just don't do too much, you know? Anyways, moving on. I'm almost thinking, like, yes, we have to have range stuff. We do have the Rupture Cannon Tyrannifexes. Man, somebody's like screaming outside. Some kid is like going nuts out there. But I just feel like 1 Exocrine is awkward. Okay, maybe I strongly dislike the Rippers. Maybe you have a point there, D-Boy. I'm sorry. What can I say? The man has video evidence of me putting out some hate against Rippers. I get it. All right, so things we want is we want another Lictor, and then we probably want another Exocrine. If we can do that, that would be incredible. If we can't, that would be sad. So I do think we're actually probably going to cut Death Leaper, and this might be kind of crazy. Oh, do we cut Maleceptor? It's kind of crazy that I'm like thinking about cutting a Maleceptor, right? But if we cut a Maleceptor, that means we would have 250 points. We could get an Exocrine, and then it would be 200 or 115 points left over. We could get like 3 more Pyrovores. I kind of like that. All right. Chat, please don't hate me. I am going to cut a Maleceptor. So 170 points. Chat, you can't even see where I'm at. All right. Okay, cool. 170 points. Oh, don't cut Maleceptor. Mr. Nobody. I'm going to cut the Maleceptor. Sorry. I really like double Exocrine with double Tyrannifex. I think it's really good. And then we're going to also cut Death Leaper. Please don't come at me, chat. Again, that was very spooky. Mr. Nobody really came at me. That was spooky. 250 points. I love the Maleceptor. Mr. Nobody, is this your list? If this is your list, then I will absolutely not cut the Maleceptor. Hey, I mean, technically you're right. He is just a nobody because of his namesake. But besides that, he's most definitely not. Mr. Nobody, if this is your list, then I will absolutely not cut it. However, nope, it's not. Oh, okay, sorry. I do love the Maliceptor as well. However, I think going into this, I think like double Exocrine to support the double Tyranid effects is probably better than having a lone Maliceptor. Because if you think about it, like the Norn Assimilator is kind of like putting the same spot as the Maliceptor, just kind of like this tank that is walking up the board and is kind of just, you know, like come deal with me. And Maliceptor does kind of the same thing. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Oh, what was the other thing? I had 115 points after that. We're gonna do a 3-man Pyrovore, and hopefully, and that would be 105 points. So that's where I would go with this list. I really think the Gene Stealers are kind of sick with the fights first, because they could go out, kill something, and then if you're facing a melee list, then it's actually really hard. The Winged Hive Tower, the Biophagic Flow, is kind of a cool tech. You just have to be you have to be a little bit cagier with it, and I'm assuming he is going to be doing that. But it's pretty good for the Norn Assimilator. It could give that -1 to attacks. Also could be good to help out the Gene Stealers too. I've been listening and rather than watching, and I've only just noticed that there's a picture of Jordan's head behind Jordan's head. Yeah, I hope you like it. It's the new mascot of the stream, right alongside the Broodlord with Perfectly Adapted. All right, I think that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good list. I'm excited for Assimilation Swarm. I have to run to the restroom real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute my mic and I'll be right back. Just as a reminder, before we do, the stream's not over. The stream's not over. We're doing, this is arguably, the best part of the stream is this spinning wheel and then us writing a list. So as I leave us with Happy Jordan. 2 Maliceptors and Assimilation Sword could be banger, to be honest. There are already tanks as is and some healing to it. And this thing ain't going nowhere. I can see that. I can see that too. But anyways, I'm going to leave this up here. I'm going to use the restroom. And by the time I come back, that is when we are closing off super chats for added votes. So while I'm gone, if you would like to throw in a super chat, go ahead. If not, it's perfectly okay. And I will see you very soon. Joke's on you. It was too quick. No poops. Okay. All right, chat. As a recap, we have 5 votes. Hero Hammer. Pretty much all characters. As many characters as possible. We have 1 vote for a Harridan. I'm actually kind of surprised. Not anybody wanted to see that guy over there. Or girl. Whatever. Then we have 2 votes for Parasite versus the World. Only character is Parasite, okay? Then we have 2 votes for just monsters. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna spin the wheel. 5, 4, I'm doing it. Here we go, here we go. Is it Hero Hammer? It's Hero Hammer. Thank you, everybody, who voted. It is absolutely Hero Hammer. Congratulations, Japoria. Congratulations, Henry. I think you voted for it. Congratulations, producer. I think he voted for it too. Here we are. We're in Hero Hammer world, and let's make a Hero Hammer list. All right. So, chat, please tell me what heroes we are absolutely using. In my opinion, the heroes that I want to use are going to be as follows. We are absolutely going to be using. First up, I want to be Parasite. Oh my gosh, chat really likes the Parasite. Okay, so I want Swarmlord, Hero of the Rippers. I agree, all of them. Okay, I want Swarmlord. I'm gonna have a Winged Hive Tyrant. I'm going to have a regular Hive Tyrant. I'm going to have Old One Eye for sure. We're gonna chat wants a Parasite. Young Two Eyes. That's his rap name. Okay. Parasite, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want a Broodlord? Do we want a Broodlord? I'd be okay with a Broodlord. Oh, we have to have Death Leaper, right? Have to have Death Leaper. I knew you could do it, Parasite Chan. Do they all get their own units too? I think if I include a Broodlord, he will have Gene Stealers. I think that's Broodlord. Okay, we'll start with that. Let's get. Okay, now if I just put all of those into a list maker, how many points is that? No Broodlord? Oh my gosh, really? Okay, we're Strike Force, 2,000 points. I'm just gonna do Invasion. I'm not sure it's going to be Invasion. We'll see. Hero Hammer. This is kind of cool. I like doing this. Chat, I hope you like this too. This is fun. Okay, so we're Death Leapers for sure in. Hive Tyrant, Old One Eye, Parasite is in, Winged Hive Tyrant, and Swarm Lord. So the only thing we're looking at is Brood Lord. 3 Flyrants. I unfortunately only have one. I guess I do have 2 Flyrants. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's like. I think I would need to do some repairs on him. So I'm just going to do the 1 Hive Tyrant, unfortunately. So 985 points without any Gene Stealers. Let's see what chat is doing. 3 Parasites. Man. I only have one Parasite. You guys are seeing my faults now. Take everything but Broodlord and Gene Stealers. Zones. Harry Dan. I'm going to save the Harridan to when he wins the stipulation. Wannabe Slav. I do agree with you. Harridan would be super sick. So let's have the idea of with 18 Rippers to get over his hatred. Let's have the idea where all of these are all having their units attached. So I'm going to do a Narrow Tyrant as well. Narrow Tyrant as well. And then I'm going to attach all of these units. And then we're going to see where we can go from there. Oh my gosh. Okay, other data sheets. I'm also going to include a Biovore immediately. I'll do double Carnifex just because I think that's what Old One Eye would want. You know what I'm saying? And then Broodlord needs Gene Stealers, of course. And then, oh, are we doing Tyrant Guard too? Ugh. Tyrant Guard are not the best, you know. Somebody's saying stuff about gargoyles. What are you saying? What are you saying about gargoyles? What you got going on about gargoyles? You can't take 3 Parasites. He's an epic. Yeah, I agree. Are we biting the bullet and playing Lone Winged Prime? Did you know Rippers are descended from Squigs? I did hear that. Now hear me out. 120 gargoyles. Yes, I did put Tyrant Guard. Okay, so this is the list so far. I'm going to go to a clean page. The list so far is Death Leaper, Hive Tyrant. This is the walking Hive Tyrant. Neuro Tyrant. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to do Zoanthropes too. This is adding up quick, folks. Why do I agree to this? I'm playing against World Eaters, I think. Maybe not. Neuro Tyrant. Old One Eye. Parasite. Swarm Lord. Winged Hive Tyrant. And then we have Biovore. Oh, we need to go down. Sorry, folks. Oh, we don't have enough space. No! All right, let's do this. Carnifexes. Carnifexes, we put 2 in. I'm going to do the DAC effects, I think. Then we have Gene Stealers. Then we have Tyrant Guard. And then we have Zoanthropes. All right, and right now, that's 1880 points. So that means we only have 120 points to play with. So we have 4 units that are attached to characters, a Biovore, and then we have Swarm Lord, a Winged Hive Tyrant, and Death Leaper, and Parasite. That's it. Chat, what else do you want to see? Am I allowed screening units, please? Please? How many Rippers for 120? No, we're not doing 20 Termagants. Mr. Nobody, you're going to be so ashamed of me. In fact, this entire chat, I'm going to go full screen. Chat, I don't have any fully painted Termagants. I'm sorry. I know, Nyx. I know they're on my list. I'll probably paint them next. Yeah, I know. It's because with the new edition changed, I had some painted and then I stripped the paint and I haven't gotten around to doing it. Sorry. No, Nyx. That is very kind of you. I also have 80. I have at least 80, but they're not like in stream paint ready, in my opinion, honestly. All right, so 120 points. I think I'm gonna need some kind of. Oh, also, chat. What detachment are we playing? Are we just doing invasion? I think we're just doing invasion. We're just gonna do invasion because I think all of this actually fits pretty good in invasion, except for the Tyrant Guard. Tyrant Guards are kind of. But anyways, we'll do it in invasion. We have 120 points left. I do think we do have Death Leaper for Lone Op. We have the Parasite for some stuff. Man, if only I can't cut anything. I want the Hive Tyrant. Actually, we probably put Adaptive Biology on the Winged Hive Tyrant. It says could cut Flappy Tyrant and Winged Tyranid Prime and then press G button. Oh, is that double gargoyles? Same amount of heroes? What do you guys think? Do you want the Winged Hive Tyrant? Or do you want can we swap Tyrant Guard for Warriors? I'm actually kind of excited about playing Tyrant Guard. I don't think they're going to be good, but I'm excited about playing. Chat, what do you think? Cutting Winged Tyrant to make this list a little bit more functional. We still have double regular Hive Tyrant, and we have a whole bunch of characters. I'm just going to go by, I'm not going to put a poll, but I'm just going to go by what you think. Should we cut Winged Hive Tyrant for just a little bit more stuff? What do you think? 3 Winged Primes leading 20 Gargoyles each? Oh my gosh. More stuff, more better. Warriors for Winged Prime. No, we don't have a Winged Prime in yet. I'm not sure Winged Prime's gonna fit. Well, if you have 2 times Hive Tyrant, doubling up for a Winged is a little too redundant. All right, I'm gonna cut the Winged Hive Tyrant, and then we're gonna put a couple of screens in, and then see where we go from there. So now we have 1680. I'm first going to put Adaptive Biology on the Hive Tyrant just because I think you have to. And then, yes, I'm going to do my annoying thing where I put 2 gargoyles in. And let's see where the points are at, and then I will adjust. Okay, After I put 2 gargoyles in, the points are at 1875, which means we have 125 more points. Wait, Hero Hammer, don't the units need transport? No, they're not going to fit. Not going to fit in Tyranid. I don't even have Tyranid. We're not. All right, I've got 125 points. Demas are cool. Yeah. I have a 3D printed Dema Karen, but all right. So after I do this, cut this. Hive Tyrant has adaptive bio, and then we do gargoyles. You know what, chat? I think it's a little bit boring, but I could just do double Lictor and then the list is done. I think that's what I'm doing. Double Lictor, 1995. And then I'm going to have the Parasite be the Warlord just because he's cool. All right. So, to recap, the list. This is Hero Hammer the list, folks, and I'm so glad that we went on this journey together. It is Death Leaper, Hive Tyrant with Adaptive Biology, a Neuro Tyrant, Old One Eye, Parasite of Mortrax, who is the Warlord, which is incredibly relevant, I'm sure. Swarm Lord, double Gargoyles, Biovore, Carnifexes ×2. They're going to be the Dakifexes for sure. 10 Gene Stealers, double Lictor, Tyrant Guard, and Zoanthropes. And Nick says, what did you say, Nix? So what is this for, since I missed the beginning? Nix, this is what I'm going to play on Wednesday's stream. This is what I'm playing on Wednesday's stream. We did a whole stipulation. There was a random wheel. People voted on stuff. It was a whole lot of fun. It was. I hope you guys enjoyed making this list as much as I did. Ben, doesn't Swarmy need to be Warlord for one of his thingies? Still keep Parasite Warlord though. I don't think he does. It allowed me to select the Parasite as Warlord. Okay. Oh, for his Vect Aura. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, all right. Yeah, we'll make him the Warlord, I guess. Okay. All right, everybody. There's my big head back there. That's really strange. Just thank you. This is a longer stream. We had lots of fun. I really appreciate. Yes, Parasite is Shadow Warlord. Thank you for all the support. The super chats were incredible. Check out our merch. Get yourself a cool coffee mug. If you haven't liked already, like the stream, subscribe. I'm going to play this list on Wednesday. Very excited to run it. I'm very excited to face whatever Zach is throwing at me, but it'll be a good time. Check it out. We'll do some jalapenos in as well. Stay incredible. Stay fantastic. Thanks for being here with us, and I'll see you Wednesday.